Welcome back to the show. Good morning to you. Happy Friday, and good morning to you, sir.
Yes, good morning.
Jim Tillich of the Breck Fine Art Gallery, and it is an outstanding place, a destination, I believe, in Breckenridge. Even if you didn't know you're in the market for art, it's worth going in there and just to appreciate it. So, Jim, tell me about the gallery and what a lot of the pieces you can find, some of the artists, because today we are talking about a couple of artists here.
Well, the gallery is basically an impressionistic gallery. I love Impressionism because it's painters kind of painted from their heart, painted what they saw, but then they altered it to look like what they wanted it to look like, as in their impression of what they were seeing. So I have a lot of impressionistic art.
In a lot of different styles.
Yes, it's a bit of a broad range because the French taught Impressionism to artists, say starting in 1850, 1860, and Camille Pissarro got things going and so forth. So there's a broad range of little brush strokes, big brush strokes, you name it, but still Impressionism is a very strong field.
Yeah, it's been great to see some of the pieces of art that you've brought in here from the gallery and be able to talk about that. But we're also talking about a couple of different artists today, one that you feature in the gallery and going by the name of Euro.
Euros.
Euros with an S,
yes. He paints very bright scenes. He is, in general, he would be considered a cubist. Now, that's not totally Impressionism, but it comes from that direction.
Okay.
And Euros is an Armenian, Russian at the time, then immigrated to the States. And he actually just got started from the ground up. He pulled himself up by his bootstraps, if you will.
Yeah.
An excellent artist. You're looking at some of his work now.
Sure, tell me about this piece.
Well, in Armenia, according to the old customs, when a gentleman was courting a lady, he would always bring a pomegranate, and he would, if he proposed to her, he would open the pomegranate. You know, they have all the little seeds in there. Then he would put them in her mouth one by one to show that he would be careful with her life and take care of her, and he's proposing to her. So you'll always see a pomegranate, you'll see their heads tilted, all of the things that go along with the culture of the Armenians. And it is a lovely culture, and I think you probably know their food is really good.
Really good, yeah.
So in what we saw there on the screen was one of Euro's works where he's showing the interaction between male and female. He's showing the kindness and the love that would grow. And he's just a humanist. He loves people.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a lot of compassion made in that piece there, just by looking at it there. And here are some of the close-ups of images pulled from the Breckenridge Fine Art Gallery website, and you could see that close-up of the pomegranate there you're talking about.
Yes, it really signifies the depth of interest and kindness that they would show each other. And also, Armenia is known as a group of really happy people. They love to dance, they do poetry, they do many things, and it kind of shows in their artwork. It's bright and strong and interesting. And you know, people paint who they are.
That's right.
There's a mental pattern that goes along with each of us, and we tend to paint that. Or if we're a composer, we do music that matches what we feel.
Right. Everyone has their own individual style to it, and you really see that come out through the artwork that you bring in to the gallery.
Yes, and one thing about Mr. Euros is quite interesting. He was commissioned by the Catholic Church to paint a beautiful scene for a church. I think this church is 600 years old, and it's in Italy. You saw the style, strong colors, cubistic, very beautiful, but really strong.
Right.
The Catholic Church saw what he was doing, recognized him as a master, and said, would you come and paint our newest mural in this church in Italy? And so he said, okay. We say no.
Yeah, right.
So he went, he painted it. So you can go in this church, huge, huge church, and you've got all the major artists of the past and Euros. All of this beautiful, the Rubens, the Tiepolos, all the famous artists of the past in muted colors, all the beauty, and,
then
euros. You
So
have
it
to
really
see it.
stands out.
Oh, it's absolutely beautiful.
Fantastic. I'm sure there is some images that you can find of it online somewhere, but I bet it's even more stunning in person.
It is.
Yeah. So
Really is.
Jim Tillich, again, you are typically in the gallery most days that it's open.
Yes.
And so you're, fantastic guy to talk to and very knowledgeable on the art. It's always impressive to hear you talk about these pieces that you have in there and also other pieces that you just wouldn't necessarily know about in the art world. And so you can find out anything if you have questions or you just want to step in there to the gallery. Again, remind us where it's located and very family friendly as well. You invite anyone to come in.
Yes. When children come in, we help them see how art is produced, where you would start, the basic compositions. So right down Main Street in Breckenridge, and when you get to Park, you turn right, and we're right on the corner. Breckenridge Fine
Across the
Art.
street from the Main Street station. Again, great location, south end of town, where Park and Main Street meet. Got to check it out, Breckenridge Fine Art Gallery. Jim, thank you so much here for coming in this morning.
You're welcome.
We'll look forward to seeing you again and talk about more art.
Very good.
All right. And we are going to take another break here. Still, I think another snow and weather with Scotty Bondo, my co-host over at Grand Lodge on Peak 7, and along with the Breckenridge Recreation interview. So someone is stepping over there to talk about some activities going on at the Breck Rec Center. And then we have our $25 gift certificate to give away for Joy of Socks. All that and more coming your way for this edition of Summit Sunrise. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.